Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good, I hope. So good. I am raring to go today. Hope you are too. I am ready to paint my brand new art printable. And this is the first in a series, so be on the lookout. This is Wildflower 1. So we are going to paint wildflowers today, and then we will just fill our hour with lots of chat, lots of chat, because we've been away from each other for days on end. So here we are. Okay, let me get you all up on your, there we go. We're all up on the laptop. Okay, so, good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? So good, I hope. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Susan. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. Back in my messy studio. So, we have been having gorgeous weather here in Arizona, in Phoenix. I'm telling you, yesterday was 83 degrees. Today is supposed to be higher than that. And my family from cold country spent the whole day outside, sitting in my backyard, soaking up the sun. What was I going to say? Oh, everybody make sure you have a nice drink. Slowly, everything is finding it from the retreat. All the stuff from the retreat is finding its homes again. I am so good, Sue. I am so good. So, without further ado, let's just get it all out of the way. If you are brand new here, or you haven't done this just yet, if you would like, follow, comment, share, all the things on Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. And then for all things Ann and Artsy, like today's art printable, Wildflower 1, all found on my website, Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. Okay, so today we're going to, I know, Susan, the piles of stuff, and I'm little by little pulling things out. But I told myself I could just take my sweet time. So the first in this series, Wildflowers, this is Wildflower 1. We have the pasque flower, which I believe that's how you pronounce it. If somebody knows differently, please let me know. Good morning, Kay. It was so fabulous, Susan. So it was so fabulous. My heart is full. I'm full of gratitude and inspiration from all of those artsy girls, and we just had the best time. So there's the pasque flower. I put them in the description on my website. I put them in clockwise order. The pasque flower, milkweed, bitterroot, black-eyed Susan, and the wild prairie rose. So I put the flowers on here, and then I also hand lettered their names, and then I also made this little stamp design down here that says Wild Soul, because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Okay, so I'm going to start, well, let's talk about each of them first. So the pasque flower is South Dakota state flower. It is red violet, or like blue violet on the outside of the petals, going into white. The very center is yellow. Well, not the very center, but this, I don't know what those are called. Those things are yellow, and then the very center is black or dark brown. Milkweed, so there are many kinds of milkweed. Like so I really looked for ones that could grow in zone 9, which is where I am in Arizona, because they attract monarchs. So I'm all about that, you know. So there's the New England wetland milkweed, and it is orange with yellow centers. And there's a common milkweed, swamp milkweed, and those have pink flowers, white flowers, or vermilion flowers. So I think that's the color I'm going to pick. Bitterroot is kind of fuchsia on the outside, going down to the white center. That's the Montana state flower. Black-eyed Susan, that's the state flower of Maryland, and everybody knows what a black-eyed Susan, right? Brown on the in the center, and then beautiful kind of golden, like goldenrod color leaves or petals, excuse me. And then the wild prairie rose is the state flower of 2 states, Iowa and North Dakota, and it is kind of a carnation pink. You know, the carnation pink crayon. It's that color on the outside goes into a yellow center. So there we go. We've got our walking orders, right? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So I was looking at these, I was looking up the colors, and then I saw something, and I forgot to talk about it at the retreat. But the put all my brushes in my water, get them a little prepped for painting. I saw a post, and it said that the center of a black-eyed Susan is the 2005 color of the year by Pantone, Mocha Mousse. I don't have any, so I'm going to paint with my beam paints this morning, and I don't have any browns, so maybe I need to get some browns. Good morning, Valerie. How are you this morning? So good, I hope. Everybody take another drink. We got to get to our 64 ounces. So I think I'm going to start with, well, I think I'm going to start with the, I was going to start with the pasque flower, the purples, but I think I'm going to start up here. And I'm going to do wild salmon as my paint for the vermilion. It's the kind of the closest I have. And I love wild salmon. It's so pretty. Okay. There we go. Just start filling in those petals. I didn't get a chance to paint these at the retreat. I know that sounds crazy, 4 days in that house, but we were pretty busy. I think some people were able to paint them. There we go. I saw this thing on Instagram this morning, and it talked about University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill did this experiment where they put a microphone in a common area, and they put a sign on the microphone. It said, tell us something good that happened today. And it was fascinating to see what people said, you know, and college students. Like one person said that they had just gotten a notification of an internship that morning, so that was exciting. And some people, you know, the good things were simple things like it's a sunny day and I got to go for a walk with my friends, or I got to eat lunch outside with my friends. It was just, one person said, I got to pet a dog. So I just thought, you know, sometimes it's big things and sometimes it's just simple, ordinary things that can bring us joy, you know? Here we go. So, if I were to pose the same question to you, what would you say? You know, think about what you would find. What would you say was something good that happened? Like one kid said, I caught the bus on time, and so then that meant I got to class on time. And I thought, yep, sometimes it's as simple as that, right? It's as simple as that. And I always feel like one success like that kind of helps you see the others in your day, you know? Like we had these bagels at the retreat. Jeff always gets great bagels. And I didn't have one at the retreat. I was kind of, I don't know. It sounds like I didn't have a good time. I had the best time. But I was kind of busy the whole time, you know? Anyway. So that was a good thing. This morning I had myself a bagel and it was lovely. It was. Anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to set that down. I think I'm going to, I've got a couple of greens. Hey, Denise and Nancy. So, is Nancy still at your house? Good morning, Sue. How are you? So nice to see you. So nice to see you. And I was just talking about your home state, North Carolina. Anyway, I was just thinking, like, I got to eat a bagel this morning, and that was my nice thing. Do you know what I mean? Something good that happened this morning. I mean, throughout the day, then I'm sure I'll have more. I mean, it was nice to see my sister and my niece walk down the steps this morning from upstairs, and they went for a walk. They're trying to soak up as much sun as possible. Everybody take a drink. I think I want to do a combination of, I have fiddlehead, and this green is called spring green. So those are kind of a nice combo. And this is green gold, which I'm kind of mad for. So I was thinking I could do kind of a combo of all of these colors for the greenery part. How nice for you. I love that you girls get to spend just a couple more days with each other. I think I'm going to start with the spring green. See what happens. Fill in all this green. Remember, turn that substrate so it's comfortable for your hand. You know what? I love bagels. I don't eat them very often, because that's a lot of bread. I'm not a huge bread person. Like every now and again, but it's kind of just not my thing, really. But I married a Jew, and so you know what? If we're going to have a bagel, we're going to have a good one. And those are good ones. It's Super Bowl Sunday this week, so be on the lookout for this year's art printable. I told Jeff, it's so funny, the teams that are in the Super Bowl this year, I said, I've drawn those logos already. So I won't be drawing those again. I'll be drawing other things. Drawing the team logos. The Super Bowl logo for this year is super cool because it's in New Orleans, so it's kind of this really funky graphic fleur-de-lis within the letters. I love it. Oh my gosh, I bet they love seeing Nancy. How could they not? I bet those babies love seeing Nancy. Little by little. And the centers of these are yellow. Uh-oh. I got a little bit of spillage in the village here, so how am I gonna... I must have had a water drip on there. Okay. There we go. I'm feeling like I think I want to do a little bit of, I want to do this spring green first and then maybe hit it with a little shimmer from green gold and fiddlehead on top of the layer of spring green. That's what I'm kind of feeling this morning. Here we go. Ta-da! Oh, that's so pretty. What was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about? Oh my gosh, I have all these little, you know, I have pages and pages of these little notes. I did see, oh, so it's milkweed. It looks like we can plant it here in Arizona, Zone 9, in August. So, I'm excited about that. So, I'm excited about I really do want to plant I have a goal of, I have this corner in my yard that I want to plant like a butterfly garden. And we had a wildflower salad. So like candy salad, like that. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. We did it with wildflower seeds, so I'm excited. So everybody brought wildflower seeds, and we put them all in a bowl, and we shook them up, and then we divided those seeds out. So everybody got a packet of seeds to take home and plant. I love that, and it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what becomes of it all. So everybody brought, I think, 3 packs of seeds, and then we filled up, we mixed them all up, and then we filled up packets for everybody. So this is my packet. Super exciting, super exciting. Somebody brought this. Kay, was it you who brought this? Like there must have been, they cut it in, I don't know, but it's totally going in my book because I'm just in love with the packaging. So pretty. Let's see, what do I want to paint next? I love a fleur-de-lis too, Denise, or Kay. I just love a fleur-de-lis. Hey, and did you know that today is Rosa Parks' birthday? I love that idea. Celebrating her. She's quite something. So I'm going to do Black Eyed Susan, I think. So I have a couple of shades of, well, I'm waiting for that to dry and I can add some bits and bobs. I'm going to use this color, which is called Morning Peach, as my base of the center of my Black Eyed Susans. I know it's super light, but it'll dry and then there'll be layers and layers and layers on top. So those need to dry. So while we're waiting for that to dry, let's do Bitter Root. And Bitter Root was kind of a fuchsia color, I believe. Yeah, and so I'm going to use Beach Rose, which, you know, I love Beach Rose. I love it, I love it, I love it. Add some more water to that. There was another one that was similar in colors. Wild Prairie Rose. These two have similarly colored petals. So I'm thinking I just want to do just a real watery wash of color first. Because this goes into white, right? Get some color off there. Okay. Now, I think I want this to, it's on watercolor paper, Valerie. So now I'm just going to come in with a wet paintbrush. And I'm just going to slowly, remember, do that jiggy blend. Then wipe off any pigment on your paper towel that you pick up. When you come in with just a wet brush and you do that jiggy blend, you're going to get a nice gradation of color. And then we can absolutely do what we always do and go right up to the edge of the petals and just kind of deepen that ever so slightly as we're lightening the center, right? Because we want it to go right down to, there we go. into white almost. And this takes a little bit of time. But I love the effects. I love the effects. And I think I might want to come in and deepen the tips even more. There. Just that little bit is going to make a difference. By deepening this, then this appears even lighter. I just stuck my finger in there, but I didn't move it around too much. Yay! Have any of you ever heard of Vivian Mayer? Vivian Mayer was a nanny for her whole life, for like over 40 years. But in her free time, she had a camera and photographed thousands of raw emotional moments with her camera in the streets of New York City and Chicago. And the fascinating thing about that is that she didn't share her photographs with anyone. Her photographs were, in 2007, her works were discovered accidentally when boxes of her negatives were auctioned off from an abandoned storage building. And the discovery stunned the art world. Today, her art is celebrated worldwide. But think about, she was never able to enjoy any of her, or even know of her impact. Her photographs are stunning, and you should Google her. Vivian Mayer, M-A-I-E-R. And it does make you wonder, like, what would have happened if she would have shared them? Do you know what I mean? Or if she, if people would have seen them during her lifetime, what would have happened? Would she have received the recognition she deserved? Do you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? It's a great big what if, but let's deepen that pink. I'm liking this one. We need to soften. Jiggy blend, and that's just exactly what it sounds like. You're just gonna wet the tip of your paintbrush and then just come in and jiggy move that brush over the harshest of lines. You know, when you're painting with watercolors, you often get those harsh lines. If you rinse your brush and tap off the excess water and you just have like a damp bristles, then you can come in and do that jiggy blend, and it's just going to soften that, and then slowly kind of go back forth. And watercolor, because it is what it is, you can come in and re-wet it any old time, right? I love this kind of painting. Not that I don't love
all kinds of painting. I absolutely do. The only thing I never liked in art school was airbrush. I hated the airbrush. I hated it. Like I mean, I did it and got a good grade in there, but I knew I will never do that again. Like, that's not my forte. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty. I love that. Okay, this still isn't dry, so let's paint on something else. Oh, and the groundhog saw his shadow. So that means 6 more weeks of winter. Everybody take a drink. Okay, let's see. I do have this pasque flower. I was going to do in kind of shades. What did you hate? What did I hate? Did I just say I hated something? Oh, what was I talking about? I don't know. Valerie, help me out. You know how my brain works. Start, stop, start, stop. Did I just say? I did say it. Oh, airbrush. And the thing that is, airbrush, yeah. I didn't like it, and I didn't, it's so funny. I didn't like it, and but I could see the beauty in it. I could see, like, people who are masters at it. It's gorgeous. It's just not for me. So I started with a little bit of lilac, and then I came in with some violet from Beam Paints to deepen this. I'm gonna kind of let that sit well. Let's move that down. We'll start to move that down. I'm just gonna slowly build that color. I just love wildflowers. I told myself I kind of just really wanted to do a deep dive into what wildflowers this year. Oh, look at that. Yep, that's making me happy. Little by little, moving that color around, building. Remember, wipe off the excess color on your paper towel so you're not kind of contaminating everything else. Now let's come in with that Jicky blend. I know that the center is yellow. They're quite pretty, the pasque flowers. No, I'm not
I'm not all the way in frame, am I? Sorry about that. I'm just gonna scoot these paints over a little bit so I have a little more room. Now bring the ones that I'm using out more. Here, jiggy blend. Back, forth, back, forth. Make that brush do the work for you. Soften that. These are kind of pretty. I'm kind of liking how that deep color is really adding some cool dimension to my petals. Back, forth, back, forth. I'm just thinking about that's so funny, Kay, because I was Teresa said, "What are you going to do this morning?" And I said, "Watercolor," because I didn't really watercolor this weekend. I think I mostly did like the, Tessa and Lauren's lessons. Not even all of those. But that's my plan. So I want to paint all the flowers, right? Slowly. I want to soften all these lines, and then once this is dry, I'll come back in with the yellow in the center. This, I wanted to come back in with some more shimmer. Remember we talked about, I have Fiddlehead, and I have this green gold, which I think might be kind of interesting. Let's get some water worked into that. Let's see what that looks like. It's deeper. So maybe in the deeper parts, we come in with some of that. When I was home, my dad and I watched this girl on YouTube, and then we watched her husband. And they build structures. They're on YouTube, and they build these structures in the backwoods, and they're almost all what do I want to say? I don't want to say a house, because it's not really a house, but they're like off the grid structures, right? So they don't have indoor plumbing or anything like that, but oh my God, they're just fascinating. So the wife's name is her Instagram, not her Instagram, well, she's on Instagram, but I follow her on YouTube. Her YouTube is Girl in the Woods. So last night we watched this one where she built this A-frame, I'm going to say house for lack of a better word. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so amazing. It was so amazing that she pulled in, she did it all by herself, number one. And she did, so it was like this, and it was super small. Like that, she made like a bed in there that could also be a bench, and she had like a little desk area that she could work on. And all of their structures are kind of like this, that they are, get a little bit of shadow up there. They are all small and deep in right there at the tippity top. There we go. Oh, I love it so much. They're all like they're all like, some of them are in Alaska, a lot of them are in the North Woods of Michigan, and her husband's name is no, I don't remember. Good morning, Tam. Just painting some flowers this morning because these went live. On the website this morning, Wildflower 1. There we go. There we go. I broke it enough to, oh, I love it. I'm just trying to, like, little by little spread that. And now I have this fiddlehead, which I think is my favorite. Just work that water in there super well. And then there we go. That just brightens things. I'm loving that. That's kind of looking exactly like I want it to. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to take a second to reassess. I know that this one's taken forever and a day to dry. And I do need to come in with a deeper brown. What do I have? I have this color, which is called Bread. And this color, which is a sienna, I believe, like burnt sienna. That might be pretty. That's so funny, Tam. I was just telling everybody at the beginning, slowly unpacking, and then just like finding some little treasure in a bag, and that's just the loveliest. Everybody take a drink. Okay. And now, let's do some comfort book. Oh, we just did this email one, didn't we? Dream. Our very existence is a remarkable testimony to human survival. When we think of the likelihood that after 150,000 generations we would end up here, alive, right now, as us, we are contemplating an improbability so vast that it is almost an impossibility. Think of all the terrible and unlikely stories of survival, and of each relative above us in the chain of existence having to stay alive and meet a mate. It is the compilation of absurd odds. We are all inside a dream that is real. We are the fires conjured from nothing. We exist out of near impossibility, and yet we exist. Oh, this one's a good one too.
warm. Don't worry about being cool. Never worry what the cool people think. Life is warmth. You'll be cool when you're dead. Head for the warm, people. Head for life. The end. That sounds fabulous, I think. Fabulous. Okay, the center of Bitterroot is white center. But I think these little doodads, stamen, I think they might be, are yellow. So I thought about coming in with a yellow. And I have this yellow, which is called Fall Poplar. No, I don't. Fall Poplar something. Anyway, because these centers are yellow too, so that will be pretty. I think. So I'm going to use the skinny brush and work that water in there. Really kind of get that. Okay. There. Look at how pretty that is. It just makes those flowers pop, doesn't it? Just that little bit of a center. Ta-da! Okay, what about the pasque flower? Yellow center. So this very center is black or dark brown. Would you like to start we absolutely can start reading the new book. We absolutely can. So I want to do just a little bit of yellow here. And then I'm going to come in with my damp brush and just kind of spread that out ever so slightly. And then when this is dry, we'll come in and do our jiggy jaggy blend and blend it right into that yellow. I think that's looking pretty good right there. Okay. I haven't read ahead in here, but I will, the parts that I did read. Here we go. So we've talked about the quality of your life and the quality of your performance, right? So now, here we go. So remember, he's doing lots of research into athletes and what kind of what makes them tick and what how they succeed, you know, how to encourage them. So he says, as I dove into research, I realized that helping athletes win a world championship or Olympic gold medals would be meaningless unless it improved their quality of life, their inner life. So I started to study two main concepts: how to have extraordinary poise and mental toughness under extreme pressure, how to live the best possible life, one with deep contentment, joy, and confidence. I thought this was so interesting. So he, to create this atmosphere for himself, he goes to the Sonoran Desert and got rid of his TV and all kinds of his possessions to
really be able to concentrate on writing this book. And he says that what Winston Churchill's words floated through across his laptop screensaver. Those destined for greatness must first walk alone in the desert. So he takes that like quite literally and moves this to the Sonoran Desert, which I thought was fascinating. Anyway, so that's our words to ponder today. He says, in the desert, I had an astonishing insight. I realized that the pursuit of extraordinary performance and the pursuit of the best possible life are the same path. So think about that today. That's pretty amazing. And we will continue to read. Good. Thank you for the reminder, Valerie. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, I'm going to do these yellow also, these little stamen in the pasque flower. There we go. Then we have some green to paint there. And the very center is dark, remember? This is the one that the center is dark. So I'm painting these close to realistic colors, but just note, you have artistic license. You can paint them any colors you want. There we go. I'm going to soften this. There we go. All right. You know what? I could start to paint all of this stuff. And this part of the pasque flower is the same color, so I should have done that purple too, but I'll come back. I think I'm gonna do this in Fiddlehead. These leaves are kind of funny. They look like some kind of sea creature. I just love that Fiddlehead color. It's so pretty and vibrant. So I hope that you have just come to watercolor and relax this morning and chat about Rosa Parks' happy birthday and the groundhog and Valerie. Is it Valerie? No. What was her name? Vivian, sorry. Vivian Mayer and her fantastic photographs. And can't you imagine that she must have been just tickled pink looking down upon all of us when someone discovered her life's work. Turn, 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 turn. There we go. Almost there. I know. I love all the beam paints. They're my favorite. Well, no, they're not. They're one of my favorites because I also love Rachel Beth. I like Daniel Smith, but not as much as I love beam paints. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's pretty, isn't it?
That's pretty. Then these could be, the stems of the Black-Eyed Susan could be the same color. There we go. And those petals I'll have to do later. That's so cool. That's so cool, Valerie. I love that. I love that. I hope that there are more places around the country that are honoring her. That's so cool. I love that. I love it. I think we're going to end up mixing some colors for these petals of the Black-Eyed Susan. I'm going to come in with, I'll start with my, that fall poplar. I'll start with that on my petals, but then we'll be absolutely coming back in and making them much more goldenrod-ish. And we're going to make our centers deeper and darker. There we go. So is anyone painting along with me? I hope. I am, they're kind of a gold color, Kay. They're so pretty. But I'm going to end up mixing some colors. I like to mix on the substrate oftentimes. I mean, I certainly mix in my palette sometimes, but I like the idea of mixing it on the substrate and just seeing kind of where that goes, where it takes me. There we go. Oh, I love that you're going to visit your sister-in-law, Vicky. I love that. But I love that you're painting too. I love the picture that you posted of your beam paints and the project you were painting. I love that. I never got your pictures, so if you could figure out a way to send them to me, Vic, I don't know. Did you get them all, Debbie? All of Vicky's pictures? I'll come in with that bread color. Let's see if I can just deepen my colors. Maybe come in with that burnt sienna. Yep, that's what I wanted. So we're a little bit wet, and then build our color. There we go. Get some good dimension on there. I kind of like to do some dots of color because the Black Eyed Susan kind of has some dots of color. We'll let that dry and then we'll come back. Because I'm really going to want to deepen right at the base of these petals. I'm going to try with the bread color, see if we can, there we go. That's what I'm wanting. See how that's just going to create some really nice dimension to those petals. There we go. And put this color here, let it dry, and then I'll come back and do my Jiggy Jiggy blend. Nice job, Teresa. I told you, it's so crazy to have other people in the room with me. Teresa dropped her phone.
Oh, I was telling you it's 10 o'clock. That's what it was.
Okay. She said it's 10 o'clock, so it's time for me to say goodbye. But we always go over, don't we? We always go over. We never stop on time. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. But this is a good breaking point. Because now I just have the Prairie Rose to work on and the bud off of the Pasque flower. So, and then the Wild Soul. Which flower am I going to use that on? I don't know. I adore you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to sit and paint with me. Go out and get Wildflower 1, and we will work on it some more on Thursday. Remember, tomorrow is Stitch Along. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I'll be able to do Stitch Along tomorrow because I have to take Sienna to the airport. So maybe we won't have Stitch Along tomorrow. I don't think we'll have Stitch Along tomorrow because we have to leave to take Sienna to the airport. So, no Stitch Along tomorrow, but we will have Pop-In Paint Party on Thursday. So I will put a note out today on in the group that no Stitch Along tomorrow. Anyway, I will see you Thursday. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.